A newly announced bipartisan bill hopes to enhance internet freedom in Iran. And to break down the Internet Reach and Access Bill, or the Iran Act, I'm joined by Congressman Eric Swalwell. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon here on KRON 4.
Of course, my pleasure, Justine. Thanks for having me back.
Of course. So let's just start with, what's the current state of internet access in that country? Why are you so concerned about it?
It is the worst in the world. And among its competitors, to earn that reputation, it's worse than North Korea, Russia, China, some of the most oppressive regimes in the world. And in the United States, about 44% of Iranian Americans, so people who came from Iran to the United States, have family members over there. And so the regime uses it it's like a twofer, in that they suppress information that's coming in, and so they control what people receive as far as news and information. So they can use that as disinformation and misinformation, because they're not actually competing against the truth. So this would allow the United States, for the first time ever, to be responsible for providing and deploying technical solutions so the people of Iran have access, just like you and I do, to free and open information.
And how do these restrictions impact people here in the Bay Area or across the United States? What does it mean for us?
Earlier today, I met with members of the Iranian American community, and they shared how hard it is for them to communicate with family members, how hard it is for their family members in Iran to receive information about what's actually going on, especially when it's just a one-way feed of information. And if you were to try and get inventive and use a VPN or some other device that can get around Iran's restrictions, you are putting yourself at personal risk of being arrested, jailed, and even executed. And they've done that in the past. And so what we believe is that if people have more access, then more people will demand freedom. And so that's what this is really about, is connecting the Iranian people to freedom, because we believe that that's what they would choose if they had a choice.
And how do you actually do this? It's one thing to talk about it, but what does it actually mean as far as the technology that you need or the policies that you need to put in place?
The beautiful part of this is, once we get it passed, and by the way, I have a Republican co-sponsor in Claudia Tenney who's going to help me get it passed. There are so many in the Iranian American community here in the Bay Area who work in tech, both hardware and software, and can be a part of that solution. We're seeing this in Ukraine, by the way, whereas Russia, takes out Ukraine's access to the internet, that, technical solutions provided by the United States, to create, Wi-Fi hotspots, is something that we've been able to enable. And also, many Bay Area companies are helping, power Africa in the same, manner with, satellites and other Wi-Fi capabilities. And so, give me the problem, Justine, that we passed this bill, and now we have to go to the brightest minds in our community to deploy technologies. But the first thing we need to do is to pass the bill.
And it is bipartisan in nature. Do you think that increases your chances of this actually happening?
I passed legislation that I co-authored with one of the most conservative Republicans, Jim Banks of Indiana, called the Massa Act, that put sanctions on Iran. That passed and is now effectively helping us as we look at tools to hold Iran accountable. So we have a record of passing legislation in the House in a bipartisan way, and I seek to build on that, credibility and foundation to get this passed.
There are some people who push back on this and say, well, why is he focused so much on what's happening in another country? Why is he not focusing on something that's happening here in the Bay Area? There are internet deserts even in our own community. Yeah. Is there a response that you have to them?
Yeah, I hope you elected somebody who can walk and chew gum. This morning I was with Habitat for Humanity as we, put money into the community that I delivered for 10 new homes in Hayward. But the people who showed up at a roundtable I hosted today live in the community. And for them, as Iranian Americans, this is one of the most important things to them, is to be in contact with their family. And Justine, in my district, this is really a remarkable stat. Over 40% of the people I represent were born outside the United States. And so we are very much connected to the rest of the world. And what happens in the rest of the world very much affects our livelihood, our culture, our family here in the East Bay.
And you were in Hayward today helping out with Habitat for Humanity, I understand?
Yes, yes. So we have an affordable housing crisis, and it's very hard for you to hope about your life if you don't have a home to live in. And so this is an effort to try and address that crisis. Our office delivered $1 million to this project, 10 new homes that will have homeowners very shortly because of the community coming together.
Congressman Eric Swalwell, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon
pleasure.
on KRON 4. Appreciate your time. I know you're a
Justine.
busy guy.